Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, YouTubers. This is Jerry Diamond with How to Get Out of Babylon. Working on a phone that does not have split screen, so I can't have my little ugly little fuzzy face in there. Anyway, I want to do a video, and I'm going to cover a lot of ground here. It may be jumpy back and forth because I put together a bunch of screenshots here. I'm just going to go with that. And I want to talk about a product, a substance, a material, bamboo. Okay, that's the topic of today's class. That's the topic of today's class. Okay, so you can read this, screenshot it, whatever you want to do. If it comes out clear enough, I don't know. Sometimes I noticed I was trying to read my screen one time and it's not a good enough clarity, no resolution to for you to see it. So I don't know if I can change the video. Maybe I'll look into that. Anyway, I hope this comes out okay. I may just do a short one and then cut it off and then just do another one. Check that one over and see if I can improve the resolution. So, okay, bamboo is one of the world's most prolific and fastest growing plants and is able to reach maturity in about 4 years. Average person is usually astounded when learning that there are more than 1,000 documented uses of bamboo. At least that, maybe 10,000. Bamboo wood is a plentiful, renewable, and natural product with many super characteristics. The Royal Craft Wood team collects all the benefits of bamboo products to show you everything about this magic plant. Advantages of bamboo. As the world's fastest growing plant, this plant is both earth friendly and extremely useful for those who want to get higher than the kite. I don't know. So what happened to the rest of that? I don't have any idea. Sorry. As you may have noticed, bamboo is one of the biggest darlings in the natural product landscape. You can find it all over the place. Kitchen utensils, keyboards, cutting boards, clothing, you name it. Bamboo socks are very soft. Bamboo sheets are very soft. Perhaps one of the widest worlds of application is used in building materials. That's one of my main interests, is building materials. My sons all do construction, and the price of wood is going insane. A sheet of plywood, we heard, is $75 now, compared to maybe $10 a few years ago. So the wood is getting so expensive that they're using steel in the buildings. Well, bamboo is, guess what? It grows faster than steel. It grows many times faster than wood. And it grows 100 times faster. Steel doesn't grow. I'm sorry. That's my point. Wood grows, but we'll get to that in a minute. How much wood you can grow, how much wood you can create in 15 years versus bamboo. Okay, so it's used in flooring, countertops, cabinets, wall coverings, much more. But is it all it's cracked up to be? Well, it cracks. I know that. If you're interested in building or remodeling with bamboo-based products, check out the true pros and cons for your home and the planet. It's fast-growing, has an unparalleled growth rate in the plant world. Some types of bamboo can put on 35 inches a day. It's actually been video proven that there's one species that has grown 4 feet in one day, give or take. So, because the regeneration rate for bamboo forest is much quicker than any other woody plant, it's a far superior sustainable choice. Durable and strong. Technically, bamboo is a grass and not a wood, and its unique tissue lends itself to an incredible building material. It's different from other grass plants like sugarcane and corn, as it becomes harder over the years with the wood-like toughness. On the Janka hardness scale, note that Janka hardness scale, natural bamboo rates in at 1380, harder than oak and ash. Unlike wood, however, its short fibers make it flexible and light. This bendability makes bamboo a great choice for earthquake-prone areas. Also for pole vaults and fishing poles. Yeah, it bends. That gives it better shear strength than steel. Additionally, Gaudua bamboo is even said to exceed timber fibers and mild steel in strength. What wood could beat this combo of characteristics? Easy installation. Bamboo functions essentially the same as wood with no special installation techniques required. That's not true. You gotta be able to join it. The harvesting and installation of bamboo is fairly simple. It's easy to cut, no bark to peel during processing, and its lightness makes it ideal to handle, transport, and store. That is very true, and I've done a lot of harvesting of it. There's some river bamboo here that a guy was sold river bamboo, and they told him it was forest bamboo that would get 6 inches in diameter. Well, I'm here to tell you it ain't never going to get 6 inches in diameter, and it's not. See, river bamboo has to be near water. That's why it's called river bamboo, river, lake, whatever. But it dies off every year. And it'll just you might have a 30-foot stick and it'll be dead. So next year it's going to just die, crack, and rot. It's not durable. It's not for construction. Although I'm here to tell you that I needed 3 really strong poles for my teepee. I set up my teepee one time, 17-foot teepee, one of the only ones in the world. Long story on that. Bunny trail, bunny trail, bunny trail. But I wish I could go into it, but I'm not going to. So there. Long story short, bamboo teepee poles. So I had painted it with centispheres, so it was a lot heavier than it had been originally. A lot heavier. And I needed something that would actually hold it up. And I was using a military fiberglass, 4-foot fiberglass poles. And I knew that they would work. They were about long enough, maybe, you know, I could put enough of them together to make them long enough, but they weren't strong enough. And so I took some old river bamboo, about 1-inch diameter, and bungee corded it, clipped it together with bungee cords, and then bungee balls, and wire tied it. You know, I zip tied it, and then I bungee balled it, and then I wrapped it with a strapping, construction strapping that my sons had given me. You know, they deliver plywood. One thing of the strapping will hold that thing when they dump it on the ground without breaking. It'll stretch, but it won't break. Anyway, so I wrapped it with that, like, you know, candy pole, barber pole, you know, just spiral it down about every 3 inches or so, as I recall. Now, we got the teepee set up, but it wasn't just, it has to be exactly right, and it wasn't right, and we had to move the whole thing, so we had to move it like 1 or 2 poles at a time, people grabbing them and just walking them over. And we did that. The 3 bamboo poles, the 3 main support poles made it from bamboo, snapped a fiberglass pole in half. I kid you not, 2-inch fiberglass pole, heavy fiberglass pole, 2-inch diameter with about maybe 1/8 of an inch wall thickness, maybe more, maybe 3/16. Snapped it in half, busted it right in two. So very strong. It didn't hurt the bamboo at all. And these, at that point, these things were like maybe a 1/2 inch diameter. So you're talking 3 per deal, 3 or 4. I think I had 3 per making up a pole. So 3 little 1/2 inch pieces of bamboo times 3, about 9 little 1/2 inch pieces of bamboo broke the 2-inch fiberglass pole in half. Okay, so anyway, moving right along. How are we doing on time? Come on, 7 minutes. I'm gonna think I'll keep it at 15. So very easy to transport. Da 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 da. Unlike wood, fiberglass. Okay, I did that one right. Yep. Sorry. Sometimes I notice that the bottom line ain't quite right, so I redo it, and I didn't go back and clean this up. I apologize. For bamboo flooring in various stains and types that appear to be standard hardwood floor. Aside from bamboo's rapid growth rate, the production of bamboo also yields benefits to the planet. Complex root network anchors the soil down, preventing erosion when flaring or flooding occurs. It also helps the soil retain water, aiding moisture regulation through the rainy and dry seasons. Bamboo also absorbs more tons of CO2 than trees due to its extreme growth rate. It's cold in here. The booming market for bamboo could be a boon to our environment. Affordable. Choosing to build with bamboo could save you a few bucks too. Do a basic Home Depot price comparison. You'll see that many bamboo flooring options. You're talking bamboo flooring. Who cares about bamboo flooring? You know, I don't care. Cutting boards, whatever, walls. I'm talking about construction here, baby. Okay, now there's a picture of building with bamboo. Design and technology of a sustainable architecture. And there's a guy that did a phenomenal deal with. He took bamboo and he took about 4 foot long, 4-inch wide strips of muslin cloth or some light cloth, dipped those in a bucket of cement, ferrous mortar, you know, and then he wrapped the joints with it. And he had them up on blocks, and he built trusses of little, like a building, put them on trusses, and then covered them with burlap dipped in or sprayed or soaked with cement. So it was waterproof, and it had like 2 feet of snow on it, and it never broke anything. Very impressive. Bamboo is a very light building material, yet it's 3 times stronger than timber. When compared with steel, bamboo has a greater tensile strength, meaning it can withstand more tension or stretching pressure before breaking. Bamboo pole vault, that's what they used to use in pole vaulting, was bamboo. And then fishing poles, they can bend all the way down into the water like a complete U. So just do your own research on it. Here's blog, see the website there, Forever Bamboo. Bamboo poles stronger than you think, Forever Bamboo. Blah, blah, blah. Good substitute for wood in some instances. Bamboo is strong, lightweight grass that can grow up to 50 inches a day. 50 inches, that's 4 feet, depending on the species. Because the tensile strength of wood and bamboo are comparable, architects and engineers are discovering new uses for this grass. It is a grass. Growing bamboo, it's also edible. When it's little shoots, you can eat it. Growing bamboo for profit is a fun way to make good money. It's fairly easy too. Best of all, it doesn't have high startup costs. In fact, you can start a bamboo business for about $800. I can do it for less than that because all I need is the bamboo. I've got all kinds of containers around here and ponds to grow it around and stream beds. Bamboo is one of the most used plants. Over half the population uses it one way or another. It's also the world's fastest growing plant. The record for one bamboo plant was 47.6 inches in 24 hours. Plus, it has thousands of uses: scaffolding, garden art, bird stands, fencing, flooring, and more. That's why it is such high demand. Many people use it. So many people use it. There are so many uses for it. Your startup cost will mainly be the cost of the plant starts. Try buying 20 different popular varieties to start out. How can you find out what's more popular? Visit your local garden center, find out what their top sellers are and what they keep a high number of in stock. Talk to landscapers and commercial growers and see what they're typically buying and using. Grow what sells. Follow that advice and you'll start to greater chance of big profits. Once you've found 20 varieties you'd like to grow, you're ready to purchase your starting stock. Many nurseries don't carry huge selections. You might have to try wholesale growers if you don't know of any in your area. Our new bamboo book has resources to help you with that. I want to get that book. I want to get books too. And another thing I want to put out here is I'll have to do a separate video on it, but I would like to have some cooperation, some partners in this operation, investors, associates, because it's going to take something to do. I've got a perfect setup here to do it, and I'm going to start working on it. If you do not know what terra preta soil is, look at it. This is soil that was created in the Amazon. It's black soil. That's terra preta, terra earth, preta black. And it's been there for 5,000 years, and it's still so lush they still grow really good crops in it. Why is that? Well, I feel the Lord showed me how it was made, and I'm going to be doing that here. So it's funny the comment here: if you planted your starting stock, be patient and add organic slow release fertilizer as necessary. Well, that's what terra preta does. It's slow release fertilizer. If you soak it in the right nutrients, urine and manure and stuff, you'll soak them in time release, and that's exactly what it does. During the spring of the second year, you should now be able to divide your plants to triple or quadruple your stock of bamboo plants. They grow. It's an invasive species. Here's the thing that I started thinking of. They say, well, if you want to use them as border, you gotta dig a trench and you gotta put steel in it, and you gotta prevent it from getting out of your area into somebody else's property, because it's it'll grow. It'll spread. They spread by roots. Very cool, because you can't plant steel and have it grow. You can't plant wood and have a tree become 10 trees, but bamboo will go forever. It'll keep growing and growing and growing, spreading through roots. Nodules are very similar to Jerusalem artichokes and potatoes. The little nodules grow and they go out sideways and they grow again. I mentioned earlier that a friend had been sold some river bamboo, and we took it and planted it. He had it planted on a 20-acre lot, and then he sold that lot, so we went in and dug it up. And we transplanted it in 3 places, I believe. Yeah, one by a pond. And I went back years later and to look for it, and I couldn't. It was hard finding it, the original planting, because I was looking for we had put wire around it, a fence around it, to keep the deer from eating it. Funny. Well, there was a forest of it, and I couldn't hardly find the cage that we put it in originally, but I did. But you could see that it had made like a beeline for the pond. It was like about every 6 inches there's a bamboo shoot, like a laser line to the pond. And the pond is, I don't want to go back there one of these days, it's a jungle. Then we planted some by a steel shop, and we planted some by the cob house that we lived in. I planted that by myself. It's about 75 feet wide and about 150 feet long now. A forest. And the guy just drives a brush hog through it to kill it. But I go over there once in a while and harvest some from any of those places. Although they haven't gotten back to the lake for the pond for quite a few months or years. So you can double or triple, quadruple or quintuple or 100 times your plants. Dividing your plants is how you really get your money's worth from your plants. When you notice the new clumps are emerging from the ground, divide and replant. Remember to keep the rhizomes moist before and after planting. For the bamboo plants you plan to sell, consider propagating them in containers. Container-grown plants can be sold almost any time of the year. Remember to use containers such as pots and planters that breathe, like these garden bags, okay? So you can get 2,400 of those on an acre, and that means you get about, I don't know, $30 a container. So you can make about $60,000 to $72,000 a year on 1 acre, a quarter acre. I'm sorry, a quarter acre. I got 60 acres here. You can grow a lot of bamboo. So the idea of planting it, but having to keep it contained by digging a trench and putting in steel, I'm like, just put it in a steel bucket. I mean, it can't get out of if you can't get out of the grow bags are better, but I can put some in steel buckets, tubs, horse troughs, wash tubs. Got plenty of them around here. They're like, went around one day and I think there's about 20 wash tubs laying around here doing nothing. So if we grow some in that, it can't get out pretty much. And you can use a weed barrier, to prevent it. You put it in a stack of tires, just put weed barrier in the bottom one and it can't get out. So there's 100 ways to do it. But then at the time to harvest it, you can just knock the thing over and cut it, and be easier to trim the branches off, and whatever, or just pull them out, cut them off, let it fall over, and then it'll keep grow back. Anyway, there's a lot of options here. My point. One grower was able to start his bamboo business with free bamboo. He offered to do free pruning of bamboo and then saved and repotted the rhizomes to sell the next year. He's now growing over 50 varieties and makes $80,000 a year. Without spending thousands of dollars, you can start your own bamboo growing business. Remember to grow what people want to buy and be patient. Soon, without spending thousands of dollars, you can start your own bamboo growing business. Remember so you could be making the kind of income you've always wanted. This is growing bamboo for profit. Bamboo Bounty book released. Bamboo has been called the most useful plant in the world, and for more than half the human race that depends on it, life would be much different without it. Throughout Asia, bamboo is prized for its abundance and versatility. In China, bamboo is called friend of the people. Contrary to popular belief, bamboo is not a tree, but a member of the grass family. Like grass, bamboo has a hollow stem and rapid growth. While Americans have never depended on bamboo, like Asians, they love to landscape with bamboo. Every year, more and more landscape designers, and homeowners are discovering the special quality of ornamental bamboo. This has led to higher prices and in some places even a shortage of quality plants. Since bamboo is quite hardy, homeowners appreciate the low maintenance, for example, because bamboo makes its own antibacterial compounds that rarely needs pesticides. Bamboo is also a green plant capable of sequestering carbon dioxide, which can help slow climate change. In addition, bamboo increases the production of oxygen by as much as 30% more than most other plant species, which is also good for the planet. Grass is a very, very good oxygen producer. The growing trend toward using more renewable, sustainable materials of bamboo shows no signs of slowing up. Boy, it doesn't either. Bamboo can be used as a ground cover, hedge, screen, standalone specimen plant, or shade. Getting cold. Or shade plant. Plus, bamboo keeps its green color through the winter. Best of all, bamboo grows fast until it reaches mature size in just one season, so you get a big plant quickly, unlike trees that take years to mature. $66,000 plan. Grow bamboo in containers, 2 to 5 gallon pots. You'll be able to grow more healthy plants at smaller space, cut down on labor, have a plant that's ready to load in the customer's car quickly and easily. Let's do the math. Container grown bamboo on average sells for about $30 each. On just 1/10 of an acre or 4,400 square feet, you can grow about 2,200 plants in 5 gallon pots. Selling 2,200 plants priced at $30 each will bring in $66,000. If you have room, say half an acre or more, you can grow U-cut bamboo. For example, one part-time grower in Oregon sells U-cut bamboo by the foot. His business brings in over $40,000 a year in profits, working only on Saturdays. He offers several varieties so customers have a choice of color or size, ranging from tiny Tonkin cane prized by fly fishermen who make their own fishing rods to 6-inch diameter timber bamboo. Customers use the poles for fencing, furniture, crafts, flutes, wind chimes, and garden art. Growing bamboo for profit is an ideal part-time business if you have limited time, as bamboo plants, especially in containers, are low maintenance. Unlike seasonal crops such as flowers and vegetables, you get paid even if your plants don't sell this year. Instead, they just keep growing and will be more valuable next year. That's pretty cool. You can start your tomatoes die every year. People let them die every year. I don't know why they do that, because you don't have to. Tomato plants will keep growing every year. You can start a bamboo growing business with just a small amount of money, just enough to buy your mother plants that can be divided to produce more plants to sell. You don't need a degree in horticulture either, just common sense and the ability to learn as you go. So this book is perfect for me. All the basic and useful information I need to get started, but not anything unnecessary. I learned what to grow, how to set up bamboo container nursery, and who to sell to. I'm newly retired and don't want a full-time job. This is a perfect way for me to earn extra income. So let me fast forward here. Just look some of these up and do your own research, like I said. Bring your own research to the party. BYOR. This is all in that book, from that book. We're growing bamboo for profit. Look up that book and get it. Get it back out of here. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, let's see here. Strength density per volume. And that shows you the concrete, steel, wood, bamboo. Now I'm going to go to the next slide, and that shows you how high they are. Now, steel is a little bit stronger, a little bit higher than bamboo, but not much. Concrete's way at the bottom, then wood, then steel in some cases, then bamboo. Stiffness density per volume. I don't know. Anyway, interesting. Timber bamboo is known to be nature's fastest growing botanical fiber when used in BAMCOR's wall system. Becomes unique. BAMCOR is a company that does a lot of construction. We'll go into that in a minute. I'm going to cut this off just because I wanted to cut it off in about 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes. So this is Jerry Diamond. If you're listening to this, you are in the remnant. I'm going to get something to drink too.